Hey guys, my name is Aquarius, and this is one number 4, season 38 from my main account. And yes, as you can see from the thumbnail, yes, it's gonna be my last war in free. Reasons are so many reasons, I cannot explain it in one video. Probably they're not too many reasons, it's just the negative environment in the alliance. Like, I don't wanna play right now in that kind of an environment, so that's the reason I'm gonna move out after this war. So my team for this war would be Thing, uh, Havoc, and Massacre after a long time since the defense meta or the defense season or the Mystic Dispersion season. So the first fight is Blade. So here I'm not using a White Max preferred, and I'm doing this fight with a class disadvantage just because he's immune, and he's and Thing doesn't have any of debuffs on his specials and anything. So here my plan is just to parry the specials so I can gain my rock stacks, and with that I can gain my furies. So the plan is going pretty well, and most of the time I'm gonna try for an intercept, and either an intercept or just bait a heavy attack. So whichever thing works. So here I'm trying to just use my special ones most of the time, and here we get hit with the dash back, which was unfortunate, and now he's on the special 2, so we're gonna block the whole special 2. I'm not gonna try and index it. So my plan initially was just to push him to 1 bar of power, and somehow he was going to 2 bars of power because of conflictors. So yeah, that's what it was. So he's nearly at like 40%, so it's below 40%. So I'm also trying to head into his block so that he kind of utilizes his power for that region, and it's working pretty well. And here we push him near to 3 bars of power, and here I was a bit slow on dashing in, so he used a special 1 right after his special 2. So we're at like 50%, and I was a bit scared after like getting to 50%, but we managed to solo this fight, and that's what matters in the end. So yeah, the next fight would be a Mojo on Vivified and Brute Force. So I'm gonna use Thing for this fight, so I'm healing him up right now. So yeah, it's just hard to leave from this alliance right now, but I have to do it for the peace of mind, and so that I can come back probably next season with a fresh mindset and a better will at playing the game at higher tiers. So I'll probably just move on to my alternate account alliance, which I'm leading right now. So yeah, so yeah, it's nothing special in this fight, just try to beat special ones, and if you push him to a special 2, just block the special 2. Don't even try to text the special 2, even if he doesn't have his anti-field. So initially I'm just trying to bait out special ones, and he is throwing the special ones, which was nice. So after a while he got a little bit defensive. He was not throwing his special ones, so that's when I just decided to build up a special 2, and once I'm near 3 bars of power, that's when I'm gonna use that special 2 and just try to nuke this fight down. So that's what we do. We go with the 5-hit combo, special 2, we get a stun, and he's not running that high limber, so we do like a 7-hit combo, and we end the fight with a special 1. So the fight went pretty well. Next up is Domino on the aggression prowess, hazard shift, shock, and incinerate. And in soul to injury, I'm gonna use Havoc with all the 3 Odin pre-fights because I will be needing him later on my path. So thanks to Jose for giving me the Odin pre-fights. Here the plan is very simple, just to hit during the shock phase more and be more aggressive during the shock phase, so we get more shocks and more plasma detonations on Domino. And also be careful, like whenever she gains 1 bar of power, if you have unlucky, you should not dex the special. So there are just two things which you have to be careful about, and rest up, the fight is pretty easy. And just make sure, like if you're trying to, if you're gonna block the specials or during unlucky, she doesn't have a lot of browsers because it can do a lot of damage. And never try to dex that during the unlucky phase. So here we just block it because we are unlucky, our dex is not gonna work, so we just have to be careful about that. The fight is going pretty well, and probably after the end of this incinerate phase, once we get the shocks, so she's gonna go down more faster. And yes, it did. Next up was Terrax on Scarf Stiff, Unblockable, Bubble Shield, and Power Focus 2. So I'm gonna use Havoc for this fight first because his Rock Field fuels him up, and also uh, it can finish the fight faster. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna lock in the feedback. We're gonna gain plasmas because of the rock field, and since it's not a high sec Terrax, so his rock field expired pretty quickly. And here we're gonna do another heavy lock in the feedback again, and probably go with the special too, and be more aggressive during his rock fields phase. So that's what we're doing. We're just doing the special ones or special twos based on his power bar. And the fight is going pretty well. We have him nearly down, and we're not taking that much of the rock field damage because of Havoc's high energy resistance. So yeah, the fight is going pretty well. We're not caring about the debuffs which he's getting, the energy debuffs which he's getting, because Havoc is sick and tired. So once Terrax gets like 3 debuffs, and here we get rooted, but the plasma detonation did his trick, and we finished the fight with a good chunk of health. Next up was Void on Note 26. Conflictor has itself Shock and Bleed and Crumbling Armor. So I just need a White Max pre-fight for this fight. I've done this fight plenty of times. So we just need to time our hits in such a way that once we get the debuff, we are above or at 10 hits. So I'm just gonna fast forward this fight because it's nothing special. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna slowly build up our Furies, then probably go with one special 3, and in between we just time our hits so that we are always at the 10th hit once we get the debuff, so we can purify it. And now we're gonna bait the special 2. That's what the plan is for this fight. It's a pretty straightforward fight, I must say. And I don't feel Void's placement is good on this node since we're still running Conduct. So yeah, so we finished the fight with 3-hit combo and after the special 3. So it was a decent fight. And in the next fight, we are also going to take path number 7 this time in the section 2. So that's why we have Massacre on the team. So Massacre, he's gonna probably take most of the fights now on. So the work for Thing has been done, so we're not gonna use Thing anymore. So next up is Penny Parker on Rise to Power, Spite, and yeah, these are the 2 main nodes. So basically we removed our dexterity so that we can dex all we want, as much as we want. And I also saw the person was running suicides, which was a bit strange, like because during seasons I don't see people running suicides. So that was a bit relaxing as well as a little bit stressful, because if you get hit, like you're gonna take a lot of hit, you're gonna take like a bunch of damage because of that increased attack. So the plan is to push it to a special 2 and block the special 2 like this, and slowly build up a special 2 on your own. And once you ignite the bat, just use a special 2. and fight is gonna be over after that. So she throws a special one, but the recoil did a little bit of damage, which was nice. So here we knock down the shield again, and I'm just gonna do 4-hit combos, dash back, and just use my special 2 and finish the fight. Pretty straightforward fight, but the only thing which I have to be careful about this fight was to put my decks on because I've been in a lot of situations where I always forgot to put the decks on, and later on I'm just, you know, thinking like, why am I not able to dex the special? Maybe my timing is off or something like that. So always be careful to put your decks back on after the fight you do. So next up was Super Scroll, all kinetic transference and aspect of evolution. So here my plan is to just ignite the bat and don't take a lot of block hits or don't parry a little, so that, like, you know, he doesn't gain a lot of power. So since he's also incinerate immune, we're gonna give him a burst damage each time we hit with the bat once it's ignited. So that's like more of a more additional damage we can do with Massacre. So here we are. I'm just trying to ignite my bat again so I can use that special 2, which would do a lot of block damage. So that's what we are trying to do. We do a 4-hit combo, and here we make a mistake. He already had the vigilance buff, which means he can ignore miss. And Massacre, once he uses his special 2, he kind of like misses for the next hit. So here we got a little bit lucky. We could have gotten hit over there, but it didn't matter that much since the fight was already in the bag. Massacre is also sick and tired attacker, so each debuffs he puts a passive heal block on the opponent. So the fight was pretty good, and we finished with nearly 100% health, 99%, that's equivalent to 100. So next up was Nick Fury, for which I wanted the Odin pre-fights on Havoc, and it's rich gets richer and aspect of evolution, I guess. So here my plan was just to, you know, gain more power than him and probably first use a special 1 and then go with the special 2. But here he uses a special 1 by, I don't know how. The AI has been very unpredictable lately, so I wasn't shocked that he used the special 1 out of nowhere. So we're gonna use Havoc again and probably cycle a few special 2s, even if he has 2 buffs. So we're gonna have more buffs than him, so we're gonna gain more power, and he's not gonna gain any power that way. So we go with another special 2, we push him to a special 2, and I thought like it might just bring him to his new life, to his main life, but it didn't. And here we just do like 1 hit, we push him to his real life, and now I'm just trying to wait until he reaches like 30% of his health, and probably do like 2 or 3 heavies just to get more prowesses. So here we did the second heavy, and now I'm just gonna whiff another heavy and throw a special 3. So it worked out pretty well, and USP3 is gonna finish him, and that's what we wanted. So Havoc's job is done for this war, and now we have 3 mini bosses, the right side mini bosses, which I'm gonna take with Massacre. So the first one was King Groot. So here I actually wanted to try Massacre in a way that he can bypass that safeguard damage. So my plan initially was to ignite the bat, and during his regen phase, you know, use a special 1 and put the disorient, and then probably go with the special 2, so that I can kind of like, you know, ignore his block proficiency like that. But it didn't work this way. I thought it might work, but it didn't work that way. So at the end I just decided to just, you know, uh, do my regular hits, ignite my bat, and then just let the incinerates do the thing. So here we see, like, I'm just gonna fast forward this fight. I'm not gonna bore you guys with boring fight. So here I'm just gonna try and fast forward this so that you can see like how Massacre is a beast. And here we see, like, during his region phase, he didn't get the unblockable, which was a little bit weird for me. So we're just gonna cycle special once. Like, if you have a lot of incinerates, just refresh those incinerates, and then probably go with the special 2. And I just did like 1 SP2 and it didn't do a lot of damage. And here I wanted to try it again, and we took the miss as an opening just to hit him again. So the fight is nearly done. He is at like 25%. So we're just gonna do the normal hits. We're gonna bait out heavies and take block hits during the fury phase, and we're not gonna push him to a special 2. So here I thought, like, maybe during in the assassin's range, like, it's gonna bypass, but it didn't bypass anything. So we just finished the fight with regular hits. It was a fun fight. The plan didn't work as I wanted it to work. The next up is Omega Sentinel on Stunning Reflection and Stun Vulnerability. So I've done this fight 2 seasons ago. So I used Massacre when the Mystic Dispersion tactic global was there. So I know how to do this fight, and I'm just gonna do medium light, and probably I'm just gonna keep on doing that until I ignite my bat, and then I'm gonna bait a heavy attack like a, or maybe an intercept. And once I put the incinerates, that's when I'm gonna do regular hits. And I'm also gonna, uh, mix my mediums and heavies in such a way that I'm not repeating the same action again, because whenever you do the same action, that means she's gonna gain 1 armor or buff. And just for the sake of it, I just use a special 2 onto a block because I just wanted to do that. But because of the polka dot power, I was not able to do it. So here we just finished the fight. It was just a 1 minute fight, and it was a pretty simple fight. The counter for this fight will be Human Torch if Hercules is banned, and if both are banned, Massacre can do it. So yeah, next up was Scorpion on Brute Force and the evade node, where they gain power whenever they evade, and whenever you parry, you get a passive disorient on you. So I used an invulnerability boost for this fight, and this is fight in free. So I'm hoping that I don't die on this fight, and I want to finish in free with a good score. So here my plan was to ignite the bat and probably bait heavies, and here we throw the first special 2, which did a massive amount of damage. But since he got the Scorpion Sense, we got hit over here. But luckily we finished it off with another special 2. We took the Sting Burst damage, but it was all fine. That was it for this war number 4, and I'm looking forward to joining free maybe next season. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and thank you so much.